could be the negation play here, but it doesn't look like JDG is going for it. It looks like they're going for something completely different. They have the Jace, they were hovering the Zed. I almost got really excited there, but yeah. That is going to be the Wukong picked up instead of the Zed. I was really thinking that Zed was the play here, but that will be the Kai'Sa pickup for Anran 9, and that is incredibly deadly in today's meta.
Ooh, Swain this time around gonna be banned away by KBG. So which champion do they ban last? Will it be the Jax or will it be the Zed? Xin Zhao gonna be respected here by Jingdong Gaming, which is good. Zeri gonna be taken away since Kai'Sa was picked up already by Anran. This is a good adaptation that KBG is having right now in this game through the pokes of the volleys and the Void Seekers of the Kai'Sa. This is going to allow KBG to at least chip down the HP of JDG prior to a fight, which is something that they actually lacked in game number 3. So now that that has been patched up, they are confidently going with their useful champions once more. A hover on Yasuo is a little bit concerning for me because Feibai didn't really have the best success on this Yasuo yet. Unlike Neon on the side of Nova Esports, which is undefeated on this champion, this time it's going to be an ambitious take, I would say. But there's still the setup available here for JDG.
There is a lot of setup, a lot of last breath enablers here. You got the Ornhorn, you have Riven's 3rd Q, you have the Cyclone, obviously, from the Wukong, you have his own Steel Tempest Whirlwind, and of course, when Jace knocks you back, that does count as a knockup for the purposes of the last breath. So there's a lot of squishy champions on the side of KBG, but conversely, almost all of the champions for JDG are melee champions. So if Xiaoma and Anran 9 can keep their distance, it should be good.
Mostly are melee, all are AD champions as well. Yes. KBG has it a little bit more mixed up, and that will provide some advantage later on against the resistances of JDG, since they are more linear in a sense. But let's see if this is going to be working this time around by JDG. Setups for the Yasuo of Feibai. We have seen a Game 7 win by Nova Esports against KBG with a Yasuo composition. Can JDG channel the same energy? That is going to be attempted in this Game 4, and we are very excited for this match. And let's see if the score this time around is going to be tied by JDG.
Good question, because yeah, JDG have the bones of it. They have, yeah, the KBG fans still at it.
Are we hearing Jaiho?
Jaiho, yeah. Let's. I think that's Let's Go.
Oh, okay. I only heard that from an old song.
Jaiho. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yes, we are that old.
Oh man, when was that song released? Man, that was gotta be. It has gotta be a while ago. Yeah. You are my destiny. And it could be the destiny for one of these teams to just get absolutely wrecked in this game. And it does look like KBG, they are back to their aggressive shenanigans, putting Xiaoma up in that top lane and making sure that that's Han on that Fiora. We didn't even talk about Fiora jungle at the moment. That's Han, one of the only guys ballsy enough to pick that because he does have the pool for it. Now Anran 9 though going to be bullied away from this tower. They want to get as many places as they can in the early game. It's only been a minute in and this tower has already lost 2 plates, almost 3. JDG looking for an early gold lead.
Looks like we're going to be seeing the Ton trying to channel the energy that Long had during their series against Nova Esports. Again, this is why we love people, players, teams that have high ambition, right? Because they take risks. And we love it when a game is very risky. It takes a lot of courage, but with proper execution and confidence, they can actually make it work. Both teams are demonstrating that right now.
Yes, they are really bringing the risk factor up here. in terms of composition and in both in terms of in terms of their strategy that they're choosing to bring here, because neither team are really willing to let this one go at the moment. So I mean, good on them for bringing the competitive edge like way up, but it's still just a very difficult proposition for, I think, JDG to come out on top if they don't have the right openings for the Yasuo.
I mean, it's going to take a lot of mistakes, I would say, to not have a setup for Feiba and this Yasuo, because they have so much knockbacks. They have it on Doki, they have it on One, they have it on Juju, and even the Riven.
Yeah, but just because you got a knockback doesn't mean that you can use it effectively, especially if the champions are ranged. But Anran 9 is getting absolutely bullied. Once has not left this lane at all. They've gotten 4 plates out of the 5. It does look like Feiba is going to be the target now. The Tan not committing too hard there. Yeah, great wind wall to stop all that aggression. But man, you can see how very aggressive they are now, because they have to try to gap KG as well. There's a Steel Tempest, just barely not finding its target.
KBG wanting to make some small skirmishes fights against JDG, but with the proper responses, but this blue side team, they were able to actually negate most of them. Like the wind ball from Feibai, blocking that enchant with the arrow from Xiaoma. Their response is zone out to zone out KG from the mid lane. Now they're setting something up in top lane.
Set it up they can, because once is gonna be up there. Xiaoma, though, a little bit greedy, will get dove immediately. He tried to fight it, but he just was not in the same position to do that. Now KG maybe looking for a kill onto Once here, but he really just has to protect this tower from Sani. JDG doing a really good job of controlling this early game from the get-go.
This is why timings are just so important. JDG was able to shove out KG. Hold that thought.
Yeah, because there was a little bit of a almost an engage there.
So continue. Yeah, the timing was perfect because they zoned out KG back into the base, and then we saw Once going top side. That way, there was no counterplay, no response possible on the side of KBG to actually help out Xiaoma in the top. That allowed them to secure that 1 kill.
Yeah, and that was a really good kill to secure, especially considering that it was on Xiaoma, one of the main carries here for KBG, and I don't know why KBG is doing such a bad job of keeping themselves safe. Are they just not responding to the way that JDG is playing this? It really feels like KBG are kind of confused by the way that JDG is playing.
KBG having a bit of a gold deficit right now.
Oh, you gotta love that CC denial from Doki. That was actually what saved him from getting absolutely bodied there, because he did get knocked back by the explosive cast. Just a little bit more damage would have done it, but Doki stays safe. Now it's a 1v1 here, KG versus Sani, and it does look like KG may take that 1v1 if they actually committed to that, but nah, it's a little bit of touch and go there.
That's a lot of tools that they've used to try and take down Doki. This time it's their turn.
No Orin Horn available here. KBG are super on point with responding to that. They do not want to get Yasuo ulted at a moment's notice, so that is just going to be the free dragon basically for KBG. Rift Herald has been summoned up here in mid lane, though, as Jing Nongami wants to extend their gold lead.
They will be extending that, possibly towards 3,000 right now. Second charge into the tier 2 is just perfect. 2 towers with 1 RH, and
wow.
Now mid lane is so vulnerable. This is gonna affect the vision of KBG.
Affect the vision. It will not just the vision, but also the safe routes that they can take to just move around the map. This is so destructive for KBG.
That is the luxury that JDG has with an early game composition with lots of crowd control, since they have Fiora, they have a Jax, they have Kaisa and Ashe, for scaling champions. It's so hard to fight back against JDG in this early stages of the game. Because every time they overextend, there's a risk of dying and getting blasted off by the members of JDG. That's why they have been keeping their distance all the time.
Yeah, I gotta agree, but keeping their distance is not something that KBG likes doing. So you can see a little bit of an aggression coming in here. There's the Orin Horn barreling through mid, catching nobody. How responsive they are. Look at that Orin coming through. Even though they're not doing the very best that they can in protecting their own jungle, KBG are just trying to stay as safe as they can and try to scale up, because if they're not allowed to scale, this game could be over really quickly.
We're seeing the same, a similar scenario of KBG against JDG game number 1, but this time it's JDG being able to just completely farm and take control of this whole game. And this puts into question now this composition that KBG has made for game number 4. It's now at a risk again of a loss against KBG unless they find an opening. But so far, they haven't been finding any openings. They have been trying time and time again to get that arrow to Doki or to Juju or to anyone at the side of JDG, but they're always able to answer back. Good dodge.
Yeah, the arrows are just not connecting, man. I don't know what to tell you. Is Shalva having a little bit of difficulty right now? What is going on? Because this is not the KBG that we are accustomed to seeing, man. But right now it is going to be KG incredibly in danger here. He just got ganked and spanked and fade by, and once they just needed 2 of them. As soon as that cyclone hit, you knew it was coming, the last breath, and that was his last breath for that. But this could be another last breath there for Anran9 if you didn't come to his defense, as Sadie would have taken that kill any single day of the week.
Oh man, second kill, but lots of turrets already secured here by JDG. This is gonna be another one in the bot lane. Arwen coming. Not much effect, I would say.
Is not going to hit once again because it is Sandy. Oh, this is so difficult. This is such a difficult time for KBG. I wonder what was going on through their heads when this draft happened, because they were like, okay, yeah, we can scale up, but then they just didn't do it.
And basically they can
provide the safety,
do those kinds of plays, right? JDG, they have the luxury of doing that since they are just so ahead now against KBG. That's why we're seeing them confident going in onto anyone, and also being able to dodge all those attacks that KBG has been throwing at them, because they're just this ahead in this game. 5 going 6,000 gold lead right now by JDG with just 2 kills. It's just because of the tower that they have secured, and with this leverage, maybe they can start threatening for those elemental drakes this time around. If they get 2, deny 2 from KBG, it's gonna be looking bad here for KBG. They can translate it maybe into an early Baron as well, since they are just this far ahead.
Yeah. I don't think KBG can actually fight this, not in the state that they are in right now. Look at that gold lead, 6,000 for the side of Jingdong Gaming, and they have the first Otis here on that Ocean Drake, but they do want to try to drive away KBG first, try to go for maybe a pick off here. But yeah, the Predator missile coming in, not hitting anything. It's a little bit unfortunate, but where's the Shadow Crystal Arrow? And Red9 still holding on to it. There's a knock-up, and immediately the last breath onto Datan. And Datan has been taken away from this fight, but there's Orin Horn onto 1. No steal from the Dragon, but this is going to be a little bit of a bigger fight. Doki a little bit low, but it is going to be JDG getting away scot-free with the Ocean Drake.
Fortunately, JDG was able to fall back, because if they extended, if they stayed there, it would have been very detrimental for them, especially with the focus with the flow that KBG has.
Oh, because they are looking to re-engage, getting a little bit healthier, and then immediately jumping onto Datan. He is going to fall, and he will be sacrificial lamp here. Fei Bai tried to go for a flash into
Whoa.
Steel Tempest Whirlwind, but the flash into Broken Wings onto Ran 9. Yu keeps him alive, but just barely with the body slam. Oh no! Ran 9 almost killed his buddy right there, but it is going to be Xiaoma who gets killed. What is KBG doing? They are not going for the safe routes. They are overextending. They're overstaying.
This is a mess.
And JDG, it is a mess.
JDG will be able to get this Baron for free, absolutely free. There's no Fiora, there's no jungler on the side of KBG.
I am not so pleased by the performance of KBG here. JDG are just routing them every single step of the way, and I honestly do not know what the call is here for JDG or for KBG. How do they get back from this? Because they are 9,000 gold behind. JDG just seem to have read them at every single turn.
Only team that can turn tides around with this kind of composition is maybe J Team, because they're just so methodical in their approach on team fights. They're still able to utilize. But in this replay, we have been shown why this aggressive lineup of JDG actually works against KBG, especially when they're just ahead. Anran basically throwing Yu there into the members of JDG cost them a flash, and also losing one more member. Oh, this is looking bad for KBG. 10,000 gold deficit. You had the confidence to pick 4 scaling champions. This is the outcome of it. This is the downside of having that kind of lineup. And JDG might just get their first win on a Yasuo.
I don't know if it's overconfidence or just like KBG underestimating the capabilities of Jingdong Gaming, but this really did not go their way, man. I hate to say it, but this is the worst that KBG has looked in a while. I mean, even in their games against Zoe, it was pretty close, and they were fighting back, but right now they really can't fight back against that Oran Horn. They can't even defend that mid-inhibitor tower. So JDG are just absolutely shredding them every single way. Every single time they try to go for anything, JDG is just there.
We're not seeing a sign of light on the side of KBG. In a short while, the dragon is again going to be spawning up. Third elemental Drake, in which JDG can just easily take good value on the Baron, since they have broken down the base of KBG wide open, at least in one lane. They can muster the strength later on to maybe take the top lane and the bot lane tower when they get the second Baron. And we are having that kind of anticipation already because of the lead of JDG. KBG has not shown any sign of restraint so far in this game. No sign of light, no sign of recovery just yet. Just them reacting to whatever JDG is making. And when you're a team that is on the threat of being taken out, you can't afford to have those kinds of movements, because that's not the way to go. You need to be the one dictating the flow of the game.
Yeah, it really is not KBG who's dictating it, and right now JDG is in their own jungle, like in KBG's jungle, absolutely just making it their own. They're like, okay, this is not your jungle, this is our jungle. We control this, not you guys. And I have never seen KBG in this much of a, in this bad of a position. 9,000 gold behind, and they're going to be giving away that Ice Drake as well. And this is honestly just confusing to me.
And this is one of the concerns me and Dash had on the Dawn, on carry champions. He's just much better on enabling champions. Because when you put him on a carry, he cannot actually enable his teammates.
Yeah, because enabling is not going to happen here. Here's the Oran Horn onto 2. But it was Yu who has to get the flash out of there, and immediately Fei Bai to the skies. Gets the kill onto Ran 9. Xiaoma's next, and they are decimating the forces of KBG. KG is the last man to get taken out as Yu just tries to hide in the base. That's going to be not even a single kill for KBG here.
Yep, and they're going to be cleaning up the base. Maybe they can even end the game right now, because KBG, They have lost 4 members, and JDG is 5-man strong, similar to game number 3. Again, a stomp by JDG.
I am absolutely speechless. This is not the KBG that we're used to seeing, but JDG are absolutely